little known fact about me, I have autism. Shocking news. Um, maybe we didn't know that, but I think that we probably did. And if you didn't, it's because you just must not know me literally at all, and for some reason you have clicked this video, you have found this video, and for some reason you've clicked on this and you don't know who I am. Hello, I have autism. Big news. Anyway, I have been thinking lately about, being autistic and, how that's affected my life. And I mean, I can look, hindsight's 2020, looking back on how it's affected my life, I've done a lot of stewing on that, I've done a lot of thinking on that, and I think that in my doing that, I don't think I was able to fully sit down and think about, like, kind of how it's affecting me right now, today. Because I think a lot of what I believe and what a lot of other people believe, and to some extent I get why and I don't fully disagree, it almost feels like, I guess to them, the way they see it is like I stopped being autistic, or rather I stopped acting autistic, and in that way they're kind of right. Now it's like when they're thinking about that, they're thinking about like, oh well, he doesn't act autistic anymore because he doesn't have meltdowns, do this, do that, and the other thing. It's not, which by the way, funny that I say that considering I really had a bad one when I was several months ago, getting ready to move, but not the point. But it's like, the way they see it's like my behavioral issues do not present the same way or nearly as often, and definitely not as explosive. Therefore, I've somewhat grown out of autism, and I've, just learned not to behave that way. And in some right, well, yeah, I got older, and I'm no longer, 10, and autistic and being abused, and just genuinely don't know how the fuck to react to things like that because I'm a child. So it's like, yeah, that in that regard, I have gotten better. But I think that in that mix-up, it's like I've been able to acknowledge that, they've been able to acknowledge that, but in the mix-up, it's almost felt like, oh, well, I stopped being autistic, and that is no longer, like, a thing that I'm doing. And in not even realizing that I was thinking that myself, I was looking back on how autism had already affected me, and I was giving no type of thought to how it was probably still affecting me to this day. And in being unable to acknowledge how it's affecting me right now, I was not doing a very good job at, comparing, I don't know, the less, obvious things about autism, okay, because it's like, I'm comparing the way I used to behave negatively to how I behave negatively now, and it's like, great, what about the positives, though? And this isn't me saying positives as in, well, autism is a gift, autism allowed me to do this, and autism allowed me to do this. There's an argument to be made, I suppose, but it's also like, that's not even what I'm talking about. It's just like how I experience joy and how I would do things that weren't negative. Like, I'm focused so much on, avoiding acting in these negative ways that I dislike that made me really look autistic and really got me the brunt of getting, my fucking cheeks clapped by whatever the hell. In my avoidance of that, in learning not to do that, and my effort going towards that, and in me only focusing on that, even when looking back on things to measure how my life has improved, I have given very little thought to how autism gave me any positive experience, like any positive emotion, my positivity then and my positivity now, and how that kind of manifests itself, you know what I'm saying? And some could call it growing up. Okay, again, some could call it growing up. Both for this reason as well, not the tantrum thing, but for this reason as well. Some, it's just like, oh, when you get old, things aren't as fun, you're not interested in fucking Dora the Explorer by the time you're fucking 16 years old. It's like, okay, not even that, okay? I'm talking just like my ability to experience joy, and I guess rather my ability to unmask. Because when I was younger, I don't even know, I couldn't even probably confidently identify like the cutoff for this when it really started setting in. It's like when I was younger, it's like I'm masking a lot in public because I want to be liked, I want to have friends, and I want to not be in trouble, and I want to not constantly be getting fucking picked on and told that I'm fucking out of my mind and insane and this, that, and the other thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're not here about that though. It's just, I was trying to avoid that situation, okay? I was trying to avoid that shit. I didn't want people to think that I was weird. I did not like that shit. Wasn't feeling it. And it's like, I put a lot of effort towards that. Let me catch my train of thought real quick. I put a lot of effort towards that, and that is a lot of energy spent on masking. However, I mostly only masked, or so I thought, like in real life. Because here was the thing. When I was done like being at school, or like maybe occasionally hanging out outside of school, I would log on the internet, and that's when the autism would somewhat unleash. Like some of the social skills I was having to mask with in real life, I was definitely somewhat implementing into my, my online interactions. Not fully. I got, again, over time things developed, but not fully. I was definitely more socially unmasked, but mostly what I was able to do online was just like actually enjoy things that I actually enjoyed. I could actually talk to people about the things that I actually liked, and I could express those things, and I could draw, and I could be creative, and these people understood me, and they understood the way I felt, and they didn't think that I was weird for all these things that other people would have fucking, brought out the goddamn whips for. Like, I just didn't have to feel ashamed all the time about literally everything, and it was fun as fuck, and I loved these people, and it's like, I enjoyed a lot with them. They put me onto a lot. We would, watching shows, playing new games, coming home, and I can just not give a fuck. Coming home, and I'm willing to just enjoy my life. Like, I can just actually sit down and enjoy, like, a video game that I wouldn't talk about at school because nobody cares or would think it was stupid. I could come home and watch some fucking anime that nobody in school would care about or, give me the time of day for. Just shit that would have made me seem pure weird. Creating OCs, making art, making fan art, my fucking yaoi shit, like, just shit that, the furry shit, like, just shit I am not going to school and talking to people about because I'm trying to fucking look normal, okay? I'm trying to fucking be not on the social outcast list, okay? I don't want it. I'm out on that. Like, I don't want that. Like, I want to be normal. Like, so I'm able to go home and do these things, and I don't give a ton of thought to it. Like, when I go home, like, it's, world out, me in here. And admittedly, in school, I'm not gonna say I wasn't fully secretive. I was definitely not fully honest with people in my life, but, like, when you were my friend, I was still honest. Like, I didn't necessarily lie outwardly, I guess. Like, people knew that I drew, people knew that I was into this thing, that, and the other thing, but they didn't know the extent of it. Like, that's where the autism was leeching. This is, again, where masking plays in. Like, I was only giving them enough information to where I thought they would deem it an acceptable level and then continue to not ostracize me, or at the very worst, think like, oh, well, he's low-key a little bit weird. But that'd be the extent of it. But it's like, I go home, I'm not worried about all that shit. I don't care. Fuck. Because, like, I'm not worried about you finding me online, doing this and that, the other thing. Like, I'm not even stressed about it. Like, I don't care. I'm home. I'm trying to unwind. Like, I'm exhausted from my day of doing this bullshit. I look forward to coming home and just being with my boys on the internet. And this is obviously how I got really into the internet because, fuck, like, yes, I have a life in real life, somewhat, but my real life is online because this is where I can actually be who the fuck I actually want to be. And where I want to be was a nice balance between, okay, I can socially engage in a way that is normal, for lack of a better word, but I can still love the things that I love and still participate in the things that I actually enjoy. I don't literally have to pretend to also like boring shit or not be into as something. Just disingenuous in a different way. But point is, in getting older, again, don't know when this cutoff happened, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I'm not going to say it's fully impossible for me to do that, but I cannot do it nearly as well. Where have the times gone? Where have the times gone? And again, that's what I was saying about some people may just call that growing up. Like, okay, you got older, so you don't give as much of a fuck about things anymore. Big whoop. That's everybody. I hear you. To some extent, I understand, and that is definitely probably part of what it is. But I'm talking, like, to normal levels of, like, enjoying anything. Like, I think I've gotten to the point of masking where, like, I straight up, the mask cannot come off, and it's like I feel stupid, I feel foolish, I feel ugly, I feel gay for doing anything, like most anything. There is a lot of shame and guilt and all that, and it's like there are other issues mentally that are definitely contributing to the feelings of shame and guilt. Okay, they're not unique to just autism. I do have other issues that are definitely contributing to that, but it's like so much shame and guilt. I cannot unmask to save my life. I can't do anything. Like, I cannot enjoy the things I used to enjoy. I do not spend nearly as much time engaging with basically any of my hobbies. I barely fucking draw, okay? And part of it is because I sit there and I'm like, wow, I should draw something socially acceptable so that if someone in real life asks me what do I draw, I can show it to them and not feel utterly fucking ashamed. They will not know that I'm fucking super weird. What the fuck? Like, okay, like, first of all, people in real life, they don't have to know anything about me, okay? Especially because I'm not, like, in school, so it's not like I'm a child who's trying to make a social network. Like, these are my coworkers. It shouldn't matter. And in the grand scheme of things, to me, it kind of doesn't. I don't give them hella details about my life, but it's also, like, I'm still so fucking concerned about, like, I don't know, I guess, like, if I unmask too much at home, like, it'll bleed into this, and somehow they'll fucking know. I don't even know. Like, it's paranoid fucking delusions at this point. But it's, like, I don't know how to take the mask off. Like, the way that I feel forced to act, like, at work, and this, that, and the other thing, and just in front of customers, and just to act just normal enough that you just leave me the fuck alone and you don't think I'm stupid weird and I don't feel like othered. That's what I'm going for. And like my indulgence in anything else, even outside of here, I now don't know how to do it, because within the last, okay, sorry, my upstairs neighbor's being a little bit loud, but it's like within the last, 3-4 years, it's like it's kind of felt like I've put that in like maximum overdrive, especially within the last like 2 years, like really just being like, I am tired of feeling othered. I want to not feel ashamed. I'm going to do these things to not feel ashamed. And part of that is having to act normal in real life, because if you have to lock in that autism in real life if you want to get anything. I had to just trudge through so much shit that I was super uncomfortable with. And to some extent, like, I'm proud of myself for being able to do that. And I think that a lot of people don't believe themselves enough. I think that a lot of autistic people are a lot more capable than they give themselves credit for. I think that a lot of people that I know and that I have known and that I will know really downplay how much they are genuinely capable of. And I'm not saying that it's easy. It's fucking just truly not. And some of us aren't in a place right now to be doing those things, okay? There are many periods of my life where, frankly, I was not in a place to do better. I was not in a place to do better. I could not force myself to do certain things. Like, it would have been just more detrimental for me to do that. Some of us are in that place. It's cool. But I do believe that a lot of us are capable of a lot more. And I'm happy that I was able to achieve certain things. Like, I'm happy with where I'm at right now. Like, I do think that ultimately it has paid off. I would be in a much worse place if I did not force myself to undergo some of that. But here's the thing. It was a lot. It was a lot, and it is a lot, and it continues to be a lot. And now it kind of feels like the other part of me that isn't trying to catch up with all that is not catching. I'm not. It's so far behind. I don't even know where it's at. Like, I don't know how to just disconnect from having to force myself to do shit I don't like, to not to reach a certain social standard. It's just affected how I enjoy things so much. Like, looking back on it, like, when I'm younger, it's like, oh, I'm able to read all these books about the things I like. I can watch these YouTube videos. I can talk to my friends. If I have a game I'm interested in playing, I will just pick up the game and I will play it. I will just do that, and I will truly see it through, or see it at least most of the way through. At the end of the day, I've always had ADHD too, so shit sometimes gets pushed to the wayside. But like, I would pick up new things, and I would get very, very, very invested in something, and it would be my life, and I could not rip myself away from that thing, and it was great. And probably the most recent thing that this did happen to me with was Genshin Impact. Hold your horses. It was 2021. And it just, and that and Persona 5 were really swap and spit for a while, but then it certainly, at some point, Genshin really overtook and started chapping my ass. But it's like, within the last 2 years, life has been so crazy that it's like, I feel so stuck there. It's like, I don't like anything. I don't know, like, I'm like, but I don't feel like depressed. I don't feel like depressed, but like, I don't like anything. I can't like anything. Like, I don't get into things the way that I used to. Like, even those things, I do not invest myself in as much. Like, ooh, let me drink my water. Ooh, shit, my dry ass throat. Oh, shit. I'm starting to sound like a chain smoker. On the Adderall, talking like crazy, like a fucking maniac, and then not even taking a sip of the water. Insane work, while also hitting the pen. Insane work. It's just like, I love Persona 5. This is like a special interest for me. Like, I love that game. But like, my mind, I will not even allow myself to go to the places that I want to go. I want to go there. I want to go there so bad. I want to enjoy everything so bad. And will I feel the way about this game the same way that I did when I was first playing it, and it was my first time ever being exposed, and it was like the peak of my autism? No. And I'm in full acceptance of that. That's just not coming back, because that was just raw, and I was younger, and it came to me at the perfect time in my life, and it just took over my world. Am I going to feel that way about it again? No, I'm not. But it's like, my brain doesn't even allow me to engage with it on like any deeper level at this point. Like, like, it's so surface level to the point that it's almost like, do I even like this thing? Like, I'm ashamed to even call myself a fan. Like, what am I doing? Like, all of it feels so played down. All of it feels so played down, but it's not because I want it to be that way. Like, in my soul, I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, I want to actually truly enjoy something again. I want to just be so passionate, and I want to create art, and I want to enjoy myself, and I want to not feel shame. I want to be able to engage in things that I know that I like and that I know that I enjoy, but for some fucking reason, no matter what I do, there's this demon in the back of my head that's like, no, but we have to pretend. And part of pretending to not be autistic includes not engaging in this, at least not to this level, or even some things at all. Just like, don't engage with such and such thing at all. Like, don't do that. That's autistic. That's dumb. Or I have this made up, like, quota in my mind of like, okay, well, we can start acting autistic after we get into X, Y, and Z and handle it A, B, and C way, and we do all these other things. Bro, that is a game that I've been playing my whole life, and it does not work. The goalpost is always going to be moved. Like, there has been no single goal that I will ever be able to achieve that is going to actually put that thought to rest. And it's like, you'd think acknowledging that would make me internalize it and like learn and like not give a fuck. Never that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I'm 21 years old. I live on my own. Well, I'm not on my own. I'm not alone. I live with my partner. I live with my boyfriend. And I moved across countries. I'm not across countries. I moved across the country, and I live here. I don't live with my parents. I'm going to complete college soon, and I'm, working a job that I do not totally hate. And I'm getting paid a wage far higher than what I last earned at my last job and what I thought I would be making by this point. For all intents and purposes, I don't have a lot to be ashamed about. Like, there are things personal to me that, like, I feel guilt and shame about, I suppose. But, like, overall, where I'm at right now in my life, like, accolades, accomplishments, where I'm at, I am content with that. I feel, I have gripes just based on, but that's, like, more economy, political, we don't care. I don't have a lot to be ashamed about. Okay, I can drive. I've got a car that I like. I live with my boyfriend. I've got my dog with me. I do not live with my parents. I was able to, have my own place. And, I make money. I do a job that is relevant to what I want to be doing. And, life's good. Friends come over. I hang out with them. Like, we do a lot of things, and it's great. But, I still feel the way that I do. So it's like, okay, this game is getting old. And I think part of it is because it's like my brain goes, okay, well, these things we're doing to be successful in other ways, financially, romantically, friendantically, they're not making us feel less ashamed. So here's what's really making us feel autistic and be autistic, okay? Because I think at the core root of it, it's I want to not be this thing, and if I stop doing this, that will suddenly no longer be true, and I will be normal, and I will be liked. Just ridiculous. But it's like, so now my brain's arrived at the conclusion of like, well, it's these things that you're doing that are making you autistic, like the things that you like just stop with that and you're good. But I don't want to do that because obviously I like these things, but at the same time my brain is making me feel like I don't know, and it's so difficult. Like, I will try to pick up a new game that I really do, like, actually want to play, like, I am interested. I do not, it sounds crazy. It sounds like cool, maybe, where I'm like, I'm just not accepting that I don't like something as much as I wanted. I want to play these things. I very much do care. I care on a great level, but there's some blockage in the dome that is not letting me engage with it. And I've been stewing on this for a while, but what really made it hit was going to Anthrocon last week. I have not been super involved in the furry shit for much longer than even this has been going on. I probably disengaged from furry stuff by the time I was around 14 because I just had a lot of major life events. 14, 15, maybe, no, 16. 16 is when I would have, no, I'm remembering now. Around 16, I was starting to kind of fall out of it for a multitude of reasons. But it's like, I fell out of it. And damn, the only reason I thought it was 14 is because I was thinking about how many years ago it was, and I guess I forgot that I was 21, and 14 was a fucking hot minute ago. Oh my god. Anyway, that aside, I went to Anthrocon. I hadn't really been invested in the furry shit for a very long time, and what I remembered after going to Anthrocon was, holy shit, I used to love this. This drove everything. Like, I suddenly remembered all of the fun that I had and the amount of genuine, like, going through the artist alley and seeing what people were creating. I was filled with genuinely so much inspiration again. I finally felt, for the first time in a long time, I was stood there and I was like, I want this back. I want this back. Like, I need this back. I don't care about a damn thing in the world. If I could be somewhere for the rest of my life, it would be right here, just surrounded by people. For the first time in a long time, I was in a physical, material space, just utterly surrounded by people that could in no world want or did make me feel ashamed. And it was just, people were creative, they were having fun. It was all very genuine. For the first time in a very long time, I was stood in a big convention hall surrounded by people who are being just genuine. And it was like, holy fuck, this was awesome. And it was just inspiring, just walking through the artist alley, seeing the shit people were making, the fursuits people were in, just all the shit. And it's like, wow, okay, I remember why I was hella invested in this, and why, when I was invested in this, I was very creative. I had a lot of inspiration. I was playing a lot of games. I was just excited. I was able to talk to people. I was sharing my art. Like, I wanted to do something in the art world because I was just that inspired and so driven to do something with it. It was insane. And after having that realization is when I really started thinking about all this and being like, damn, like I have lost myself. I have lost myself in ways unconceivable. Because it's not like I've fully neglected it. It's not like I've fully, reinvented my life. Clearly I haven't, but it's like, fuck, I'm not really there. I'm really not there. I'm not all there. I'm not all there. And I want to be back. I want to be back there. I want to be back. Like, I am so sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I just want to have some fun again. I just want to have some fun. So, going to Anthrocon kind of helped that really hit. And I've been really trying to kind of let loose. I've drawn more the last couple days. I finished actually 2 fully colored things for my friends, and I still want to draw more. Like, I'm not exhausted. Like, I think all day, like, oh my God, I really want to draw. And do I do it? I've still got ADHD and I've still got decision-making problems, so you know what I'm saying. And the kind of OCD that makes me go, what is the most absolute perfect min-max decision that I could make right now that's going to be the best and make my life awesome? So, you know how it is. But it's like, Jesus. Like, that shit opened my eyes. I woke the fuck up. But point is, I've lost myself. I feel like I'm kind of just watching my life go by. And it's not that I'm ashamed of what I've done or that I feel like I made bad decisions. I feel like I'm in a good place right now, but I wish that my brain would just fucking let it go. Like, okay, I had to hunker down and lock down for a couple years and kind of lose myself a little bit, and I'm not having as much fun with life or the things that I once loved, and I'm not as passionate. I don't have as much whimsy. I don't have as much of that, okay? Boo-hoo. Can it come back? I feel like I've spent, because I'm autistic, I've just spent so much time doing that now my brain is like, but that's just what we're doing now. That's what we know now. We've locked in so hard on that. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like, I don't tell you, man. That's where we're at. Oh, man. And just not unlearning that toxic mindset fully, too, while battling that. It's like there's just part of me that wants something that the other part of me just won't let myself get for some fucking reason. It's so dumb. It's just so dumb. And a lot of it is shame and embarrassment and et cetera, but masking is just wearing me the fuck out, man. And it just kind of gets to a point where again, this especially became apparent to me when I had a meltdown, like I said, a couple months ago while getting ready to move. Because it was like I was putting in so much effort into just not giving up. And just a lot of fucking stress. That's a huge fucking change, dude, that I never thought I'd be capable of. And it's just all crashing down on me. And like the things I love are, and like I have to just keep it together while certain things I like are getting destroyed, and just so much. And just like, if I keep this up, I might die. I might die. Not to be dramatic, but I might die. It's just, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. But I don't know how to, like, unwire that, because everyone I know, it seems kind of be the opposite issue, where it's like, oh my God, no matter what I try, I can't not do this. And I feel like I've gone the opposite direction, where it's more like, I have to focus on this. This other shit, I can't do it. But I don't need to do that so much now. Like, I'm at a point right now where I can slow down. I can just be who I want to be, but I cannot unmask. The mask cannot come off. Oh, shit. I only have so many ways to put the same thing, but it's like, dude, I just miss being me. And it's not that I've fully rejected me or been dishonest about me, but I've not fully been me. A part of me has been severed, bro. Severed by the masking. And I cannot remove the mask. Take off the mask. Persona 5. I'm not even taking notes from my goat. I'm not even taking notes. I need to take off the mask. Shit. Then again, I guess maybe that's why that, it sits so well with me, because they, please don't take off my mask. Apparently this is where the fuck I'm at right now. I took the wrong fucking notes. Shit, got so invested I fucking, I was taking the wrong lessons. Goddamn. Anyway, it's crazy. I don't know. Maybe my friends the one person who maybe watched all the way through this or, skipped around and gets the general consensus, understands what I'm saying. Just like I'm losing myself. I don't know. Oh, fuck, my phone. Whew, I thought that it, like, fully stopped the recording. I was like, dude, my low battery warning. But no, it's okay. Anyway, losing myself. And I kind of feel like, I've talked to my friends about it, and they've been like, well, I've gone through periods like that, but then I've been able to bounce back. This has been a while for me. I felt this way for a while, a good, solid while. And I'm not saying that to say them, like, oh, they would never understand. They're dumb. They understand fundamentally what I'm going through. They understand how it feels. But this has gone on for a long time, and I'm kind of like, when do I get myself back? When do I get myself back? And again, part of it is just being an adult. I have a lot of adult responsibilities now. I can't invest as much time or energy or thought into, the things that I once did. I have a lot more responsibilities. Objectively, I do. I do have shit that I need to prioritize over other shit. But I need to just let go of the bullshit. Like, fuck. Like, I'm tired of the social rat race. I'm tired of just like giving a fuck. Like, okay, like if I want to mask in public, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do to get by. But like when I'm home, like fuck, unwind, brother, unwind, shit, unwind. It just feels like I'm very stuck, and it feels like I won't allow myself to actually move on to new things, and it's a lot. So, if anyone watching knows what that feels like and has any advice on how to, you know, fucking disconnect my mind from that, let me know. Let me know, because I would love to just enjoy my life again. It's not that I'm depressed. It's not that, you know, I don't want to enjoy these things. It's not even that I'm not taking interest. It's that my mind is not letting me truly enjoy them because it has deemed the way that I enjoy them to be wrong. The way that I enjoy it is wrong. It is stupid. It is gay. And I need to stop doing it. And I need to do something more productive with my time and all this other shit. How do we get rid of that? How do we stop that? All right, if anybody knows, let me know in the comments. But, or DM me, because you're probably my friend if anybody watches through it all. Let me know. Let me know. And I will take the advice to heart and listen all the way. Thank you.